Hello everyone. I'm going to quickly try to get through this information. Even though it's a lot, we've learned a lot about inclusion and teaching strategies for individuals with intellectual disabilities in a traditional classroom. With inclusion in a traditional classroom setting for students with intellectual disabilities can be challenging, as they may struggle to assimilate socially and academically. However, with effective teaching strategies and a commitment to inclusion learning environments such as this, educators can create a least restrictive environment that promotes equity and accessibility. Research shows that importance of universal design for learning, differentiated instruction, and strong teacher engagement ensures that students with intellectual disabilities feel welcomed and supported in the general education setting. Teaching strategies for inclusive classrooms could include, first off, we learned that seeing the person, not just the disability, recognizing students with intellectual disabilities as individuals first. Society often equates disabilities with deficits, leading to segregation or lowered expectations. So instead, educators should emphasize a strength-based approach, focusing on students' unique interests, talents, and potential rather than their limitations. Second, which I mentioned, is implementing the universal design for learning. The UDL framework ensures that all students can access, engage with, and express their learning in diverse ways. The three core principles of UDL are multiple means of representation, which means like visual, hands-on activities, assistive technology; multiple means of engagement, which is providing choices and learning activities to boost motivation; multiple means of expression, which is allowing students to demonstrate knowledge through writing, speaking, or artistic projects. Applying UDL strategies helps students with intellectual disabilities engage meaningfully with curriculum and encourages more inclusive classroom environments. So, third would be utilizing differentiated instruction and curriculum overlapping. When students with intellectual disabilities are included in general education activities, they can benefit from differentiated instruction strategies such as multi-level curriculum. Students work on the same subject matter just at different levels. Curriculum overlapping, which means students work on different learning objectives while engaged in the same activity. Fourth, encouraging age-appropriate interactions and partial participation. Students with intellectual disabilities should engage with age-appropriate materials, social expectations, and learning activities. Too often, they are exposed to childlike materials and interactions that do not match their chronological age, reinforcing outdated perceptions of their abilities. The principle of partial participation suggests that even if a student cannot complete an entire task, they should still engage to the fullest extent possible. The fifth area, promoting teacher engagement and peer support. The success of inclusion depends largely on the engagement of the general education teacher. Instead of delegating instruction to special education personnel, teachers should actively plan lessons that accommodate all the students, facilitate peer interactions and cooperative learning, take primary responsibility for the learning of the students with individual disabilities rather than relying solely on paraprofessionals. Additionally, peer mentoring and cooperative learning strategies help students with intellectual disability integrate more naturally into the classroom, reducing stigma and encouraging social relationships. Leveraging assistive technology and natural supports. Assistive technology can enhance learning by removing barriers to communication, literacy, and engagement. Tools such as text-to-speech software for students with reading challenges, picture-based communication systems for students with limited verbal skills, digital organizers and apps for task management and self-regulation. Additionally, natural supports such as peer mentors, classroom routines, and flexible seating arrangements can reduce reliance on specialized interventions while encouraging greater independence. A key takeaway for classroom teachers is one of the most critical lessons for educators is that inclusive education is not about making students with intellectual disabilities fit in. It is about adapting the classroom to meet their needs. Inclusion is not simply a physical placement. It requires thoughtful instructional planning, teacher collaboration, and implementation of evidence-based strategies, as I mentioned above. By embracing UDL, differentiated instruction, peer support, and teacher engagement, educators create the least restrictive environment where all students, regardless of ability, can thrive. Expanding opportunities for students with intellectual disabilities in general education classrooms is essential for promoting equity, diversity, and meaningful participation. Research demonstrates that inclusive education benefits all students, encourages empathy, collaboration, and a deeper appreciation for diversity. Thank you for listening to all of that. I know it was a lot, but I tried to get through it as quickly as possible. Thank you. Bye.